Hello! This week we are talking about Red Ribbon Week. And what that means is that we want to educate our students and remind our staff and families that it's best and it is healthier to stay away from drugs and alcohol. And so the difficulty there sometimes with children is explaining the difference between an illegal drug and then what is a legal drug. And so, as parents, right, I have two children of my own. We understand that sometimes we're prescribed drugs for our children and we have to administer them. For example, amoxicillin. It seems like almost every year my young child gets sick. And so that would be a type of drug which is okay for a student to use, right? Of course, it would be a parent or a guardian that is giving that medication to them. And then also, parents, we know that as adults, especially once we are over the age of 21, that we are allowed by law to sometimes access and consume alcohol. Another thing that's important for the students to understand is that it's not wrong if mom, dad, or grandpa, or grandma, or tia, or somebody like that is enjoying something that is legal for them to enjoy. And so we don't want them to start thinking in their head, oh, is Papi doing something wrong? Mom shouldn't be doing that while watching the Dallas Cowboys come back from a tough season to win the Super Bowl. Things like that. So, because there's a difference between you as a student in the fifth grade or younger at South Hills Elementary School, and then us as adults, uh, most of us over the age of 21. Okay, but I want to go ahead and share with you some of the information that we try to get out to the students in regard to Red Ribbon Week, what it means, and why it's important. And then you can take a look at it, and then you can say to yourself, oh, okay, so this is kind of what they're doing in addition to, coloring an activity or making a pledge or any of those things like we do. So, what is Red Ribbon Week? Well, it began in 1985 and basically was a group of people that decided that it was important to talk about drug prevention when it comes to students. Preventing drug use. All right. So, what are drugs? Well, they're chemicals that change the way a person's body works, sometimes the way a person thinks. Cigarettes and alcohol are two other kinds of legal drugs when you're of the proper age, but when you're under that proper age, that makes them illegal to possess and to use. In the United States, adults 21 and older can buy cigarettes and alcohol. But again, our emphasis here is making sure that students understand that they don't need drugs or alcohol in order to find any kind of release or anything like that. And that as long as they're minors and as long as they're students with Fort Worth ISD, we are expecting that they not use illegal drugs or alcohol.
Ooh, who is that I see? It's my niece, Wendy.
Hi, Uncle Wise.
What have you got there?
Owl Kids Magazine. My favorite movie star, Zach Goldwing, is in big trouble.
Uh-oh.
He's a good singer and a great dancer, but he got caught with some bad drugs.
Using drugs is certainly not cool. In fact, it's very dangerous.
Why? And what is a drug anyway?
Good questions. Let's take a look.
That's where my parents keep their alcohol. You want to check it out?
Oh, no.
There's still some liquor left inside. To be in the club, everybody has to take a sip.
Yikes.
Hey, look, it's my uncle's cigarettes.
Uh-oh.
I see some serious things going on. Should we take a closer look?
Oh, right, Uncle Wise. Good idea.
And so that's one avenue of talking to students, especially in the younger grades in the elementary school, about drugs and alcohol, is using cartoons, friendly images, things that they can relate to. Because even though the information and what happens can be very serious, a child's brain can only process certain types of words and certain types of information. And so we don't want to leave any gaps there for the student. We don't want to confuse the student, and we don't want to scare the student. We do want to inform the student, right? What's best. Additionally, some examples of drugs might include marijuana, different kind of pills that are not prescribed, or that have been prescribed to someone else. And then someone who did not have that prescription is now trying to use them or trying to get those drugs to someone, and sometimes sell those drugs to someone who they are not for. The prescription is not for Michael Cáceres. The prescription is for Nidia Gonzalez, right? So, that's the difference there. Is medicine a drug? Well,
Ooh,
Hey, Uncle Wise.
Wendy, what happened?
A giant acorn fell on my wing. I tried to get out of the way, but I was too late.
Does it hurt?
Only a little. I asked Mom for help, and she gave me some medicine to make me feel better.
Good for you. Asking your mom for help was the smart thing to do. You should always ask a grown-up for help with medicine.
How come?
Medicines, like the one your mom gave you, are drugs that can help you when you're sick. But using medicines the wrong way can be dangerous. That's why it's important to never touch or taste medicine unless a parent or grown-up you trust gives it to you. Otherwise, you could get hurt.
so as a reminder, we want kids to understand they should not be taking any medicine without a parent or a custodial parent there, right? What's a custodial parent? That's an aunt who's in charge, or a grandmother who's in charge, a stepfather. So what can we do to help? Well, if you think someone is using drugs, the best thing to do is to tell an adult, right? If you are the adult and someone reports it to you, and you are not sure how to work with the information that has been given to you, please reach out to your school counselor. Maybe you have somebody else who you talk to in your family. Some people meet at a church with their ministers, and the minister knows what's going on with the family. If you feel like you have a good relationship with the school teacher or with the school principal or the assistant principal, that is also okay. But know that your counselors do have resources available to help if there seems to be some sort of a problem or problem behavior related to drug use or underage alcohol use. But additionally, if you'd like to read more on the information, if you're wondering what other types of things are available, here are a couple of the websites that Nososcos found and that were used in building the presentation. So To kind of summarize what it is that we were talking about today, it was in regards to our Red Ribbon Week. We have been dressing up here on campus, perhaps some of you there at home. Each day has its own unique way of making a statement that as a school, we want to be drug-free. And then this presentation is just a little bit of information that may help you as a parent to understand how a school counselor talks with your student about drug prevention and staying safe. You know, every year is a little bit different. We try to change things up. So just know that there's variety, but we always try to use language that's understandable and that is not scary for children, but instead is informative and useful. I hope that's what this information was for you. We hope that you enjoy the rest of your day. And Ms. Oscos and myself, as your school counselors, are available if you would like more information on Red Ribbon Week or drug prevention. Thank you.